of the countries across the globe are experiencing a standstill, and Malaysia is not an exception to this COVID-19. We are back now right here at Thomson Hospital with a personal and closer look at the day in the life of our last line of defense, the healthcare workers, the unsung heroes. Like so many of our healthcare workers, he is also working around the clock, tending to not only these COVID-19 patients, but also tending to other patients during this difficult time. We are talking about a doctor in the emergency department with a family too to take care. The Sun managed to get on an inside view of how a Malaysian doctor at the front line fighting the coronavirus outbreak. I am Alicia reporting for the Sun team here at the Thomson Hospital in Kota Damansara. Sir William Osler, a Canadian physician frequently regarded as the father of modern medicine, once described it as a science of uncertainty and an art of probability. This certainly resonates with Dr. Muhammad Al-Hadi, who heads the emergency services at Thomson Hospital, Kota Damansara. To him, a typical day is a day filled with uncertainties. Each day presents a new challenge, he told The Sun. Perhaps the only thing typical now is the hectic schedule and the 24-hour routine in the war against COVID-19. Al-Hadi, 39 years old, has been in the front line for 2 months, and he said it has not been easy. He said that since the movement order control was put in place on March 18, there has been an increase in the number of patients going to the ER.
Yeah, being the frontliners and handling emergency department at this point of time, of course, I work around the clock and I work extra hours. It is not about just managing the department, and also during the office hour or after office hour. It's also the discussion, discussion, a lot of questions even after office hour. So I have a lot of phone calls, consultation, even after office hour. So it's around the clock, but this is something that I feel proud of to be doing it, and it's part of my social responsibility. Yeah, part of my life.
Al-Hadi explained that the standard operating procedure at ER is for all staff to put on a full personal protective equipment suit, comprises a face mask, gloves, and isolation gown on top of their disposable scrubs. Al-Hadi said some medical officers have complained about giddiness when they have the suits on. In such cases, they are switched to do other tasks. Typically, a person can endure a maximum of 7 hours in a PPE suit. Al-Hadi's responsibilities are heavy. Apart from dealing with the patients, he also has to ensure that his staff are safe.
Of course, this is a standard procedure. Yeah, I think this is kind of safe practice. So when not only me, any of the staff, come to the hospital, we wear our attire, and then immediately we will change to the hospital attire. We will use our scrub. Disposable scrub. So we use a disposable scrub, and on top of that, we use a full PPE. To be in the emergency department, all the staff, they need to be with full PPE, including the face mask, glove, and also the isolation gown. Depending on which area you're working at, if, for example, you're working at the drive-through counter, taking the sample for COVID-19, that is the most crucial area. So what we do, we have to wear the full Tyvek suit, and also with the face shield, boot cover, and after that, we make sure that we will doffing, and also we will take shower. For myself, we'll take shower before go back home. So we dispose everything, shower, go home, and then take another round of shower the moment I arrive at home. So to make sure everything is safe. As a Malaysian in general, we are very helpful, and a lot of people come in front and help us actually, directly or indirectly. For those people who are unable to help us or lessen our burden, please don't make it worse. How do you make it worse? By spreading fake news. This is what we are facing at the moment. I need to spend more time at night to clarify to people that this is fake, this is not right, this is not true. Please follow the KKM guideline, WHO guideline. We have a lot of guidelines to for us to face this situation. So out there, please, fake news is not welcome at all. You're not helping. In fact, you're placing more burden to us.
Okay, I think our priority is to ensure the health and safety of our healthcare workers, because it's been proven in many other countries that healthcare workers are at a higher risk of contracting COVID-19, up to 5 times higher than normal people, and they themselves can become sources of infection. So we see in countries such as Italy and the US where the outbreak is spreading out from the hospitals into the community, and that is something that we don't want. So I think it's our responsibility to make sure that our frontliners are well equipped with personal protective equipment that will allow them to do their jobs and lowering their risk of infection. And then at the same time, we also encourage screening of our staff as well. So at Thomson Hospital, any of the staff who have known exposure to the clusters that were announced by the Ministry of Health or contact with any potential positive patients, we immediately screen and quarantine them as well, because we don't want the hospital to become a source of infection.